You can make stickers or you can make really good stickers. I'm Brenda Lambert, a TJC licensed instructor for Silhouette. You found your way to Silhouette Success, and we are going to go through the 5 things you need to do to make any print and cut project better. We are working with these images today. I did grab this bundle from Creative Fabrica. There are 40 images in all. These are the ones that I chose. We're going to start off with the image effects panel. These are going to elevate any print, I promise. Just by going to this third tab, it's contrast, brightness, and saturation. You can change the look of your images just ever so slightly, but the print quality is going to be so much better. Let's select this one here, bump up the brightness just a touch, and that made these jump up as well. It's entirely too saturated now. Let's bring that down, and we can lower the contrast as well. And just that added bit of color here is going to make all of the difference in the world when it is printed. I'm going to bring this one up next to it so you can see the difference. Let's zoom in here. And we just altered these slightly, and there are all of these other tabs that you can click through and work with and get your image just right. But I wanted to focus on contrast, brightness, and saturation today because they are the quickest, easiest way to make your prints pop. Now, if you have ever made stickers before, you know that the next step is creating an offset. And if you choose an image like this one here, it's really not that big of a deal. You select your image, you click on offset, and it creates an outline, and that is what cuts. However, if you're working with an image more like this one here, you're going to have some difficulties, and it's going to need just a little bit of finessing. These leaves are scattered all around, and they're not joined to the main image. Let's zoom in on this guy now so you can see better what I'm talking about. Now, since he's selected, we can click on offset, and that line comes in, but these leaves are not connected, which means all of these leaves are going to cut out separately. You're not going to have one sticker. Let's click up on the distance here. Let's bring it up to about, let's try 0.2 and see how that does. Now you can see that everything is going to be cut out together. It's essentially grouped all of these image elements into one, which is what we want. However, this offset is going to be kind of big when it comes to sticker making. You're going to have a lot of extra space around the outside, and we can bring that distance in by doing an internal offset, but I like to get rid of some of these dips first. We can do that by double clicking on the cut line and choosing a starting point. You want to select a node that is down within the dip to even it out a little bit. You can see I selected this node. This red line here is telling me that it's working with this point, and it's going to move to this point next. Knowing that information, I do want to go along this way to get rid of the dip, and I can just start hitting the backspace button on my keyboard, and that's going to even that out some. And we can just work through these a little bit at a time here, and if you end up deleting too many of them, you can use the undo button. You can also use these handles to smooth things out a little bit more. I do want to get rid of this one here and this one down here. This cuts in a little bit more than I would like. Now we have that smoothed out. It does still follow the shape of the image, just not as drastically. Let's select this cut line, go back to our offset panel. This time we're going to click on internal offset. And because it remembers that distance, it's going to put it right back at the outline of our image, which is not what we want. Let's bring that distance down a little bit, and that's going to pull it closer to the original. Usually splitting the difference is pretty good. Now let's click on apply, and we can select the outer cut line and delete that. Now we're left with this cut line, it is pretty close to the image itself. It follows along with the outline of the image, but all of the leaves are going to be included with the original picture. And if you want, you can go ahead and pull up the editing points one more time and adjust this part as well. This method does take a little bit of time, but it is totally worth it. Let's move on to registration marks now. And I have covered registration marks in a lot of videos in a lot more detail. And I also have an entire print and cut lesson that you can download and print out or just have it handy on your computer. Either way, it is on my Podia site and I will link that in the description as well. I just want to go over the registration marks today because there are a lot of people that have switched over to V5 from V4, and the print and cut is different in V5. In V4, print and cut used to be in the page setup panel. It now has its own panel right here, and you enable registration marks by either checking or unchecking this box. You still have all of your advanced settings. Silhouette has always recommended going with the default settings, but you can adjust these. You can increase the inset amount or decrease the inset amount, and that will give you more or less print area. You can also increase the thickness of your registration marks, and you can decrease the length. And if you decrease the length, that's also going to increase your print area. The larger your print area becomes, the less likely it is that your registration marks are going to be accurate. So you can play around with them, get the most out of your sticker paper, but you want to do a trial run on copy paper before you print and cut with your sticker paper, because sticker paper is expensive. We're going to move away from Silhouette Studio right now because the next thing I want to talk about is the materials that you choose. The choices are pretty much endless. I always gravitate to J&J Packaging for my sticker material, and I've always gotten good results with that. But recently I wanted to do some clear stickers, and I ran to Michael's and I grabbed their brand. It was all they had available, and it is Make Market. I brought it home and ran it through the printer, and it was a disaster. I just about gave up. I did a little bit of research. Somebody suggested this paper here. It is Avedor, I want to say Aevdor. I could be pronouncing that incorrectly, but I put this sticker paper through my printer, printed these stickers out, and they came out amazing. No smudging. The prints are super clear and crisp, and I absolutely love this. So if you are doing clear stickers, I highly recommend this sticker paper. I will link those in the description as well. We are getting back to Silhouette Studio now. The last thing I want to go over is doing a test cut. Let's go over to the send page, and I know I don't have cut lines for each one of these. What I wanted to stress here is doing a test cut on your sticker sheets, especially if you've not used that sticker paper before. Now in V5, you generate test shape here, and it sets it right up in this corner, which is not ideal. We need that registration mark intact. We can grab this and move it anywhere we want. I like to set it somewhere down at the bottom so it's easy to test. I don't need to pull the mat completely out of my machine to use a test cut if it's down at the bottom. If it's up here, I'm gonna have to struggle to see if it cut properly because the bar and the rollers and all of that will be in the way. So generate your test cut, move it down to the bottom, but make sure your hatched areas and your registration marks are not in the way, and then send test. If it cuts well, you can remove the test shape. If it did not cut well, you're going to want to move it slightly over and adjust your settings, run the test shape through again until you have it right. So dial up your brightness, saturation, and contrast, fix your offsets, dial in your registration marks. Choose the right paper for the job. There is a huge difference across all the materials. And last but not least, do your test cuts so you're not wasting that expensive material. Now go create something amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.